Hey guys, this is Jeff. We've been receiving quite a few questions on the SMR page on Facebook, such as what's so special about the rumble roller, why would you want to use it? Also, what are some of the ways you can scale some of the movements for the IT bend, the thighs, how can you make those not quite so painful when you're working on the rollers to loosen up those knots and adhesions and so on within the muscles and between the muscles. So we're going to cover a few different things tonight, one of them for the delts. Outsides of the shoulders can get really wrecked, all the overhead movement stuff that we do, for the neck, for the lower back, outside thigh, down to the shins, the peroneals, and then the bottoms of the feet. So one easy thing to do with the rumble roll, you got these bumps here, you got these triangular pattern of the little bumps on here. It's kind of like having the ball, block, and roller all in one. You have a smooth roller like this, which is fine. It's a better tool than nothing. And it's good at times when you're too inflamed to use this. But as soon as possible, you want to get off the smooth roller and use the bumps. They'll do a better job at breaking up those knots inside the muscles and really help you get back to full function faster. You can take something like this, or a lacrosse ball, tennis ball, put it up against the wall, and literally just lean your body up into the roller, or the ball. With the ball, it has a greater tendency to fall away as you move. With the roller, you can tilt your body towards the back and towards the front. That left and right, or lateral cross fiber work, does a really good job of breaking up some of those knots within the muscle and then between the different layers of tissue. Very gently, nice and slow, breathe deeply. As you exhale, you tilt towards the back or towards the front. You do a slight movement up and down to address those, but it's not a big sweep. It's not fast. It's not trying to be a workout timed event. We're talking nice and steady. After about 3 strokes, maybe more, left and right, then you do 3 strokes up and down. After between 2 to 5 minutes, you want to take a break. Gently move that arm around. Start with small little motions first, and then go to larger motions. Check range of motion, check function. But start slow and move methodically, kind of like Tai Chi. Very smooth and methodical, not quick movements right after you've worked on this. So shoulders, getting to the neck, you have this the same way, leaning back against it. If you have any type of cervical issues, definitely get checked out before you start doing this. But if you're comfortable working on the muscles in your neck, you can lean back into this kind of like a pillow. I have about a 30, 45 degree angle with my body here against the wall. And I just let my body collapse into this, tilt forward and back. Massaging those muscles in the back of the neck, or I can hold steady with my body and then work left and right with my shoulders, using my core muscles to tilt, not really moving my head with my neck muscles. So this is a scaled version of something you can do on the floor, lying on the roller. It might be too intense against the neck if they're very, very tight muscles. Into the lower back, same idea. Literally just leaning your way into this, and just let this kind of help you round or loosen up that area that's so stiff in the lower back. If you want to add some movement, that's fine, but the movement isn't what does the magic. It's really the pressure and the time against that knot, against that muscular adhesion. The pressure and the time is what does the work. If you want to add a little bit of twisting, that's going to help to break up those layers of adhesions, but mostly it's leaning back into there and letting the roller and gravity and leverage do the work. On the floor, this is fantastic when it's under the hips, opening up the hip flexors, and you lying supine, palms up, just laying there, relaxing. So the idea is to lay there, palms up, and relax, facing the sky, kind of like a corpse, right? As you work down the leg, getting into the IT bend region, this is a very good scaled version of laying on the ground. This way you can actually use your outer leg for support, you can use your arm for support, you can relax this leg, just let it drape, and then you can gently roll up and down and tilting your body left and right. When things are really lit up out here, it's very uncomfortable to lie on the floor. This is a very good alternative. And with the rumble roller, with the bumps, it's very effective. One of my favorites, and has been extremely helpful for me, is to work on the shins. The extensors, the anterior tibialis, and the peroneals out here on the side, by putting this to where these bumps are on either side of the fibula bone, that bone on the side of your calf. You put that roller there on either side of the bone, put your foot closer to the wall than the outside edge of the roller. Be very conscious how much pressure you have against the knee. You do not want to compromise the knee here. You use the outer leg to wedge yourself against this roller and very gently, methodically start leaning more weight into that leg. For me personally, being on the front of the shin has been much, much more effective. Had some really tight shins there for a while. And just very short little strokes, left and right. Very short little left and right movement. This has helped to break up those extensors that were kind of stuck to that anterior tibialis. This has allowed me to deal with shin splints on my left leg to where I can actually go down and do pistols after basically a year to 2 years of not being able to do them on that left leg. And lastly, one of my all-time favorites, anybody that has foot issues, anybody that has plantar fasciitis issues, this is absolutely wonderful. It's like a foot massage that you can do yourself. You don't really want to do a lot of rolling because you don't want to fall off. You just shift your weight towards one foot and shift your weight back towards the other foot. I'm holding onto the wall for support. You can hold onto a railing, a vertical beam, whatever you have access to hold onto. A friend, grab them. But make sure you have something to support yourself. You're not just trying to freestand in space. That's not effective. You're going to use these muscles way too much for balance at that point. So you shift your weight left, you shift your weight right. In all cases, whether you're working on your shins, quads, anywhere up and down the chain, you want to spend between 2 to 5 minutes working each region, and then take a break, walk around, do some very gentle movements, and then come back to it, do it again. If this is too intense with all of your weight, then just use half your weight. Just stand there and just place your foot on there. The idea is scale it appropriate to you, use the right tool for the job. If you need to use something like this because the bumps here are far too painful, then go with this. Within a week to 2 weeks, maybe a month at the most, you should be off of this and back onto the bumpy roller and using the lacrosse ball or some other tool to get in deeper. Good luck.